Welcome to the C3PO show. I'm your co-host, Corey Sullivan.
I'm Austin Lersten.
Man, luckily, we're back here together, finally doing a live show.
Finally.
Now that the season's over, congratulations. Patriots, who watched the game last night and things on it. But all in all, a great performance by Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and the Patriots. So congratulations to them on winning the 2016 season Super Bowl. You got anything to add?
No, I don't.
Well, with the old season over now officially, everyone's looking towards the new season. In a month from today, or a month and a day, a little over a month, the free agency will be opening up. Teams will be re-signing. But before that, let's take a look at kind of what the Seahawks need, starting with the wide receiving core. What do you see with the guys that we have? Who do you think that we'll be going after come the start of next season?
Yeah, I think our wide receiving core, we have a good base. It's always nice to have a number one when you got Doug Baldwin at the top, so we know where number one is taken care of. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about trying to go out and get a guy like Alshon Jeffrey or anyone like that. We have what we need in-house, and so now it's just time to move on and to find maybe a couple extra other pieces that could help us with that. And as I look through the free agency, there's not much that I see. Is there anyone that really pops to your eye that could help us out in the next year?
I mean, to be honest, realistically, I don't think there's anybody that would fit on our team. There's some good guys in there. I like Deshaun Jackson. I like Pierre Garcon. Who doesn't love Alshon Jeffrey? That'll be a major addition to any team. And I would like to go after Alshon, but I don't think that he's going anywhere. Possibly a free agency tag by the Bears. Nothing official yet. But that's really the only thing that I could see the Seahawks needing. With what's out there, but we generally don't make a whole lot of free agency moves, major pieces like that. So I don't think that outside of Alshon, which I'm sure everyone and their mom will be after, I'm not seeing any of these guys. Same with tight ends. Are you seeing any tight ends or wide receivers that the Seahawks could possibly?
Oh, I mean, there's no one really out there. I mean, there's the Kendall Wrights of the world. Which are, your third wide receivers if you really want them. But I think he likes to raise his own guys. And I think that, in the draft, we seem to like to get guys in the draft and really make a splash either in the second to fourth rounds, it seems, has kind of been the area that Pete likes to make those picks. So anybody in the draft coming up that's looking good for you?
Oh, yeah, I got somebody for you. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Is he going to hit him with the juju on the beat?
But no, Juju is he's the truth. Out of USC, he's a big receiver, something that we're really missing right now. And I'll hit you with another one, Cooper Kupp. We're from Washington, so I'm sure everyone around Washington knows who Cooper Kupp is. He's the heart and soul of Eastern Washington University football. Is for the Player of the Year award. And solid receiver. And, from this last season, I noticed that the Seahawks kind of were moving towards that pass-first offense instead of the, run first and have Russ come through in the clutch. And, we need weapons if that's what we're going to be doing and that's what we're going to be moving towards. And so, you were talking about it earlier. It's kind of what we've been missing is that big receiver that we generally had. And we haven't had that for a while now. We just have those small, quick guys. So I think Juju and Cooper Kupp could be those taller guys that can get in there and add a little something extra for our offense. What about you? Who are your guys coming up in the draft that you think could be good players?
Yeah, I think if we're going to look in the second round, I think we can just go you're going over to Eastern Washington. We'll take it back to Western Washington with the fastest guy in college football this year, arguably, at least on the field. John Ross. I think what speed kills in the NFL, it's been proven time and time again. You have that special guy who gets you that speed on the field. He just makes a difference. He makes an impact for your team. And so if he can slip down into that second round, I think he's going to do something special. And he'll be good on any team, kind of a Deshaun Jackson, if you will, young in his career. And out of the MAC conference, okay. I know a lot of people don't watch the MAC conference on a week-to-week basis or even maybe a year-to-year basis. Maybe you've never catched a game from the MAC conference. But this guy's out of Northern Illinois, and his name is Kenny Galladay. Not to be confused with Galloway. It's Galladay. and he's a big wide receiver, kind of as we were talking about. Not too strong yet. He's 6'4", 213. But he played his junior and his senior years. He's got 2 years in college football. In both years, he put up over 1,100 yards, 10 touchdown season, followed up by an 8-touchdown season. And he's just an all-around, just a great player. If you go watch and you watch some of his highlight tapes, he just makes great plays. And Pete likes guys who are going to come out and make great plays. We saw that from P. Rich this year. I think we're hoping that. And those are my two guys, John Ross and Kenny Galladay.
So that's who we're looking forward to. Alshon Jeffrey, if he's available, Juju Smith-Schuster, John Ross, Kenny Galladay, and Cooper Kupp. That's so far. This is all pre-draft, pre-combine analysis of your 2017 Seattle Seahawks receiving core. And who do you think is moving on to the next year from this roster? Currently, we have Doug.
Yes.
And Casey Williams.
Yes.
And we have
P. Rich.
Jermaine, P. Rich, Tyler Lockett, and a couple other guys that don't really see the field a whole lot. Tanner McAvoy, one of those guys.
Yeah.
Who do you see moving on to this next year, and who do you think that we'll cut and maybe fill in with some of these prospects that we have?
Yeah, I think the one guy who's definitely gone is Casey Williams. I think he had his chance. We've given him 2 years to kind of figure it out, make a couple of big plays on the field, so he'll be gone. I don't think there's without a doubt. But the one guy who I think we're still looking forward to saying our goodbye wishes to and wishing him well over in Lakes, Washington, is the one and only number 15. Big play, not so much, Jermaine Kearse. We're still. I mean, we've talked about this multiple times, but I think he'll definitely be gone. I think all the other guys on the roster have at least proven themselves to deserve a roster spot. Now, come cut day, a couple more of them may go if they draft a couple of guys that they like. But I just don't see Jermaine making this roster. I think we'll pick somebody in the draft who will look far, far better than what we've seen from Jermaine Kearse these last couple of years.
Yeah, I think unfortunately last year was kind of his prove it year, and he didn't prove anything. Just I think that he's a decent guy, a decent wide receiver. He just doesn't fit with what we got. We need him more than he shows up. And if we're going to be paying him now that he wants to make the big bucks, there's other guys that are actually producing, that actually help out the offense, on a down by down basis, that he just disappears full games at a time, and you just can't have that from what's a guy that's supposed to be your number 2. So unfortunately, not that I have anything personal against Jermaine, he just at this level you have to produce, and he's not doing it. So it was really disappointing to me to see Lockett go down, and I mean you never want to see anybody go down, but Paul Richardson actually stepped up over Jermaine to get those receptions and to get the fans excited, and that's kind of what you're supposed to do whenever somebody goes down and your number is called or no number is called. Somebody has to step up, and in the league for Pitch, it was him, and for Jermaine, it was Jermaine just got money this upcoming year, and I don't think that he's worth it. I don't think that he deserves it, and I think that we could give that money to a younger talent to have somebody develop to be better than him.
So coming into next year, what are our projections looking like as a general overview? We have still Doug at the number 1. Tyler Lockett will be back hopefully as the number 2. P. Rich is our number 3. And then one of those 4 draft picks that we talked about maybe at the 4 and 5.
Oh, yeah, I think we definitely have to get one of those taller guys, even Corey Davis. I know that he's probably a first-round pick, but I think that's the only thing that we're missing in this pass game is that red zone threat that for some reason we have this guy named Jimmy Graham. He's pretty good, if you ever heard of him. I'm sure somebody out there has heard of Jimmy Graham. And for some reason we don't use him in the red zone, so if we could get another guy, a taller receiver to maybe take some of that pressure off that really good tight end that we got, that'll be nice. So I think we're on the nose with where we're going to go with our receivers early in the draft. That we'll get it, but somewhere could be a Kenny Galladay in there to help out that receiving core. But I expect big things from Pete and John, especially as it looks like this team is moving away from the run as much and going towards more of the pass and seeing what Russ can do against the league.
All right, well, that's it. That's what we got for you. So look out for those guys, and watch our other episodes. We're going to be covering each of the different positions that you need to look out for going into the 2017 offseason for the Seahawks.
And keep up. We'll be back before the combine, during the combine, and after the combine to see who's moved up our boards. If anybody else that's caught our eye, and we would greatly appreciate it if you guys wanted to join in and add some of the little tidbits and information of guys that we don't know about. Maybe guys from your hometown team or your university that you think could be useful on the Seahawks. So go Hawks, and on to our next show.
Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. See you next time. Peace.